They laughed at her, mocked her, and kicked her out of the bank she had built with her own hands. But what they didn't know was that the homeless woman they humiliated was actually their billionaire boss, testing them in disguise. This is the story of Violet Washington, a woman who turned humiliation into the greatest lesson of justice the banking world had ever seen. That morning, the air inside First National Bank was cold and polished, just like the people who worked there. The smell of coffee mixed with expensive perfume as the employees smiled for customers they considered worthy. And then, the doors opened. A frail, elderly black woman stepped in. Her sneakers were worn, her coat torn, and in her shaking hands, she carried a small plastic bag. The moment she entered, laughter rippled quietly through the hall. Jessica, the 28-year-old blonde manager, turned to security. "Get that beggar out of here before she scares away our customers," she ordered with disgust. But that beggar was no ordinary woman. Her name was Violet Washington, 72 years old, and she was the founder and billionaire owner of that very same bank. Today, she wasn't there as a CEO. She was there to test something far more important than numbers, the character of her employees. "Please, I just need to withdraw some money," Violet murmured softly. But Jessica ignored her completely, pretending to be busy typing on her computer. Tyler, a young teller nearby, laughed cruelly. "Withdraw money? From where? The dump?" he sneered, waving his hand to shoo her away. Amanda, another employee, didn't even glance up. "Jess, just call the cops. These homeless people are getting too bold lately." Violet looked around quietly, her heart heavy, her spirit calm. She had built this very institution on the belief that everyone deserves respect. Now, her own employees were breaking the foundation she had worked her entire life to create. The security guard hesitated but followed orders. "You need to leave. This is a private establishment." "I am a customer," Violet replied gently. "I've had an account here for over 50 years. Her words only made them laugh harder. 50 years? You probably didn't even know what a bank was 50 years ago. Tyler mocked. They had no idea that their laughter was being recorded by every security camera in the room, and that it would soon cost them everything. Violet walked out silently, the glass doors closing behind her. Jessica smirked. "And don't come back," she shouted. "Next time we'll call the police." Outside, Violet took out her iPhone, a device worth more than their monthly paychecks, and made one quiet call. "Marcus," she said, "bring the resignation papers to the Fifth Avenue branch." Immediately, through the window, she could still see the three employees laughing, mocking her walk, mimicking her trembling hands. Tyler even posted it online, captioning, "Another day saving the bank from undesirables." They had no idea they had just posted evidence of their own destruction. Across the street, Violet's personal advisor, Marcus Thompson, arrived. He had known her for 15 years, and he instantly understood what had happened. "Do you remember our mission?" she asked him quietly. "Yes," he said. "To value every person, regardless of their background." Violet nodded. "Looks like we'll need to remind them what that means." Within 24 hours, Marcus delivered detailed background checks on all three employees. And what Violet found shocked her. Jessica, the proud manager, had been mocking poor people online, 47 cruel posts, all public. Tyler was using TikTok to ridicule elderly and struggling customers. One video had over 200,000 views. Amanda ran a secret group chat, posting photos of customers without their consent and calling them unworthy. But the biggest twist? Each of these employees had their own struggles. Debt, unpaid bills, falsified resumes, and dark secrets. The same kind of pain they mocked others for. Violet didn't fire them right away. She wanted a lesson, not just punishment. "Marcus," she said, "let them keep digging their own graves. Every post, every insult, record it all." 3 days later, a black limousine stopped in front of the bank. The doors opened, and this time Violet wasn't dressed in rags. She wore a navy blue power suit, diamond earrings, and carried a sleek Italian briefcase. Jessica, not recognizing her at first, hurried to greet her. "Good morning, ma'am. "How can we help you today?" she said with her sweetest smile. Violet replied calmly, "I'd like to speak to Mr. Davidson. Tell him the owner of this bank is here." The words froze Jessica in place. "Owner?" she whispered. Moments later, Marcus presented official documents. Proof that Violet Washington owned 73% of the bank's stock. The color drained from their faces. Amanda gasped. "You were the homeless woman." "Yes," Violet said softly. "And you failed the simplest test of humanity." Marcus played the recordings. Every insult, every cruel laugh, every social media post. Jessica broke down crying. Tyler begged for forgiveness. Amanda trembled, unable to speak. But Violet was calm. "You mocked the poor while drowning in your own debts," she said. "Tyler, you owe $30,000 in loans. Jessica, your rent is 3 months overdue. Amanda, you lied on your resume." Then she turned to security. "Escort them out. Their belongings will be mailed." As they were led out, Tyler pleaded, "Please, my mother is sick." Violet looked at him. "Then perhaps now you'll understand what compassion means." She turned to the remaining employees. "The true measure of success is not how you treat the rich, but how you treat those who have nothing to offer you." 6 months later, Violet opened the 850th branch of her bank. Thanks to the new Dignity for All program, discrimination complaints had dropped by 40%. Her story had gone viral across the nation. A story of justice, humility, and redemption. Jessica couldn't find work. Tyler was delivering food to make ends meet. Amanda had left town, haunted by her online reputation. When reporters asked Violet what motivated her to forgive but not forget, she smiled. "Sometimes," she said, "life humbles us to remind us of what really matters. The best revenge," she added, "is not destroying those who hurt us. It's building something so great, they become irrelevant." And right there, on every branch door, was the bank's new motto, where every person is valued, regardless of their appearance. Because you never know, the person you're humiliating today might be your boss tomorrow.